Hello, how do you do? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Hank the Hawk Nutley. Admission, I really love when YouTubers do these monthly favorites videos like this. And in desperately trying to find something to talk about as a video, I figured why not do something like this? Obviously, I'm not doing makeup or bags or things I've accumulated. I'm going to be talking about some of my favorite music that I listened to in July. Now, at the time of this recording, it is currently Friday, July 30th, and a bunch of my favorite artists have released music. So I'm not going to talk about them too much in this video. I'll just mention them really quickly right now. So definitely go check out their music. I would highly recommend them. I'm sure you've heard of most of them by now, but in case you haven't, this is a place to start. So for the sake of this video, I decided to just compile a list of the artists that I've been listening to most in July specifically, just like the people I've gravitated most toward in any given moment. So it's not everybody that I listen to, but it's certainly the people I've put on loop and rotation a lot this month. I would say my musical taste is not super niche, but you'll see in this list I'll give you some people who are a little bit smaller and lesser known, and hopefully there'll be interesting recommendations for you if your musical tastes line up with mine. So I'll start with the bigger artists, and then we'll talk about the people who are, I guess, just like objectively a little bit smaller. So number one on this list is obviously John Mayer. I don't think this really needs any more elaboration. He's been my most played artist for the last few years. And yeah, if you're new to this channel, I've made most of my videos about this guy, so I'm not really gonna go any further than that. Go check him out if you haven't. So next up on this list, I have Anderson .Paak. So I've known about this guy for a while. I really liked the song Tints that he did with Kendrick Lamar, but I never really went further than that. For some reason, I don't know, never did. But when Silk Sonic came around, I really loved what he was doing, and I was really intrigued by his drumming, and that's what kind of launched me into the rest of his discography. So this guy is honestly on a completely different level, to the point where I think he's honestly really underrated, not only as a singer-songwriter, but as a musician in general. And the sound that he's going for is really interesting. It's like this throwback to kind of 70s hip-hop, but he's adding some more modern twists to it, and I just think the guy's phenomenal. And if you're not familiar with his work and you need a starting point, I would say check out Silk Sonic, for one. That's probably the biggest thing that he's done. But also his Tiny Desk concert. I would highly, highly recommend you check that out. I think that's easily the top 5 Tiny Desk concerts. Even if you're not a huge fan of his music, if you're a musician or you're someone who appreciates music, you have to check it out. It's awesome.
Yes, Lord!
Next up, I have Olivia Rodrigo, who, if you have been on the internet for the last 6-7 months, I'm sure you've heard Driver's License by now. I still think it's a banger, and her debut album, Sour, I think from top to bottom is a no-skip album. It's kind of a throwback to like early 2000s teen angst, pop, rock, punk, with a slightly modern twist, so I don't really know what to call it. So if you like that kind of stuff, definitely listen to the album as an album. I would recommend, not just like the singles, but really like start to finish. And it's pretty short, it's only like a half an hour. I would say pop rock done perfectly to a T, and that's Sour. Next up on the list, I have Mandolin Orange / Watchhouse. They're, I mean, probably lesser known, especially compared to these other people that I've just mentioned, but they are established, so that's kind of why I'm lumping them in here. Can you shut up, FedEx? They started as Mandarin Orange, and then they recently changed their name to Watchhouse. Really great stuff if you're into folk and country and like that kind of indie music. I know it's kind of a hard sell for most people, but I personally really love it. I think it's really emotional music, great lyrics, incredible songwriting and melody work. I really love their song called Wildfire. That's probably the song that I've been listening to most. But Golden Embers and The Wolves are also 2 great tracks. And then everything that they've made so far under Watchhouse is also really good. So those, I would say, are starting points if you're interested in checking them out. So those are the people I would say are like the bigger ones. I'm gonna move into a category now, which is like sort of medium-ish big, but still kind of small and relatively unknown artists. So I have Remi Wolf on here, who is a singer, rapper, I don't know what to call her. What does Wikipedia say? An American singer and recording artist. Sure. I think she's super interesting. There's so much life in all her songs. She's got like just big dick energy. Liz, Disco Man, Woo, Hello, 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 Monte Carlo, Shoddy. They are all by definition bangers. So if you like this kind of like disco, hip hop, pop, funk, Remi Wolf is the person. check her out. I suppose if you're like prude and easily offended, I wouldn't recommend this. But come on, it's 2021, get with the program. People are not playing Beethoven and Mozart at Ragers. Speaking of Ragers, I actually forgot something. I don't know how I forgot, but no Rager is complete without a can of Spindrift. I'm not sponsored, so I'm actually not gonna elaborate on that, but let's just take a sip here. This is a great underrated flavor, and if you think it's nasty, all I have to say is, that's okay. Next up we have Destroy Boys, a punk rock trio from none other than the Bay Area. No better place to be. Y'all, seriously, they are single-handedly revitalizing punk rock. Revitalizing punk rock. Killing the game right now. They're about to go on tour with sold-out shows. One of my oldest friends is actually the drummer of the band, so obviously I'm partial to that, but I genuinely, truly love their music. I think they're super authentic, and they capture something that I think has kind of been lost in like this whole indie punk rock scene. If you're on TikTok, I'm pretty sure one of their songs went viral, so you might have heard this track. But if you haven't, go check out that song and go check out all their newest releases where my buddy is on those bongos. Destroy Boys. Next we have Lizzy McAlpine, who is someone I discovered on Instagram. Well, I didn't discover her, but I personally found her on Instagram, I think like mid 2019. It was on Pickup Music, which at the time was called Pickup Jazz. They featured her performance of Lady in Blue, and instantly I was like, holy shit, who is this person? So I followed her and I've been just keeping up with her stuff, and since then she's released a really great album that came out last August, I think, called Give Me a Minute. It was by far my most played album of last year, and it was actually my #1 played song on Spotify of 2020. I would highly recommend her stuff because, well, obviously I like it, so yeah. Last in this middle category, I have Josie Dunne, who is a pop singer-songwriter. I also found her through Instagram. And by the way, I think Instagram is a really fantastic place to find musicians. But anyway, I think she's great. She just released what she called episode 1 of her newest album. I think what she's doing is releasing 2 tracks like every other week or something like that. Seems like a really cool project. I'm liking what I'm hearing so far. She also has other stuff that you can check out, but this is just like really good, solid pop music. So go check her out, Josie Dunne. All right, so now we're moving into the final category, which is small artists, and you probably have not heard of most of these people, but I would recommend them on the same level as John Mayer. That's how much I really love these artists, and I've been playing them a lot in the past month. First up, we have my boy Francis Henson, who is a fantastic singer-songwriter and guitarist. I don't know him personally, but I found him through Instagram, actually. I don't remember what, it was probably through some kind of guitar video, but I instantly fell in love with his music, and he covers a really wide range of stuff. I mean, he does like folk to just kind of acoustic pop to R&B, and he does all of them super well. He's like a chameleon. I would highly recommend you check out his albums With a Little Bit of Grace and Boy Pacific. Yeah, I've just been listening to his stuff a lot, and I've been having so much fun jamming over his music. He has one of my favorite Instagram pages. He is a super nice person, and I can't recommend him enough. So Francis Henson, I hope he blows up soon. Next up, I have Emily Sangder, a singer-songwriter who goes to Berklee College of Music, and I know her through a mutual friend who also goes there, but I absolutely love her stuff. She has an incredible voice. She only has a few singles out, but Something New, honestly, I've not stopped playing that since I first heard it, which was, I don't know when it came out, like months and months and months ago. And she also often collaborates with Flynn Tanner, who I mentioned at the very beginning of this video, who I would also recommend you check out. But yeah, Emily Sangder, really incredible stuff. Certainly go check her out. If you take away anything from this video, I would say Emily Sangder, like definitely go listen to her music because she is so special. I'm just gonna shut up and let the music do the talking. So go check her out. I don't know. And then last but certainly not least, we have Zay Lewis, who is a New York-based rapper and producer. I've met him a handful of times, and I've worked with him a couple of times on a few projects, but this guy's super awesome. He's also only got a few songs, but I genuinely love his stuff. If you like rap and hip-hop, I would definitely recommend you check him out. And that goes for everyone on this list. Like, whether or not I know them, everyone I'm talking about today is people that I like actually listen to, so yeah, so that's my list of people that I've been listening to pretty much on loop in July. Hopefully this gives you a little bit of insight into the stuff I like to listen to. Again, this is not at all a comprehensive list of everyone I listen to. Like, there's still so much. I feel like I could go on and on and on about people I listen to, but I think these were like my most played artists. Definitely give me some recommendations. I'm always looking out for more music and to expand my musical taste. So put something in the comment section below. Let me know who your favorite artists are, and hope to see you in the next one. See ya.